Good morning, CMS students. I wanted to touch base with you today because it's an exciting day. In the middle school library, we got a bunch of new arrivals in today, and I wanted to show some of them to you, and these will be available for checkout after lunch. So something that some of you might be excited about, we have the third installment in Anthony John's, Elemental series. So the third one, Renegade, is out. If you've been waiting for that, you can get it in the library today. First come, first serve. We also have a couple of new biographies today. Here's one on Kobe Bryant. So it's almost basketball season. So if you're interested in finding out some information about him, this is from the Living Legends in Sports series. So that might be a good read for those of you who like to find out about athletes. This one I'm really excited about. I wish I had finished more word books so I could read some of this. This is a nonfiction book. It's Hidden Like Anne Frank. So it's a 14 true stories of survival. So if you like that time period during World War II when people were hiding out from the Nazis, this would be a good book for you. And what's great is that there are 14 different stories. So if it's hard for you to read a long novel, then this would be a good one because they're a collection of shorter stories. So you could read about one person who's hidden, take some time, read about a next one, and so forth. So I think that's going to be a really good installment to our history collection. This is exciting, and I found this, I think School Library Journal had a feature about this. Derek Jeter, he is writing fiction novels for young adults now. And this one is about a young boy playing baseball. So I think this is exciting to have a new sports series to attract kids who like to play sports and baseball in particular. So check this one out. And then I didn't want to forget the science department. We've got some beautiful new books that are science related. This one is Park Scientists. And I had to look this up on Merriam-Webster because it is a Gila monster or Gila monster. And it's actually Gila monster. Gila monsters, geysers, and grizzly bears in America's own backyard. So this has some beautiful illustrations. So come in if you like science and stuff like that and get that one today. And the last two I wanted to read a couple excerpts from. This is looks like a really cute book. I haven't read it, but I was thumbing through it and I saw some funny parts. It's called Fangs a Lot. It's about a boy vampire. And so one of the excerpts I ran into, let's see. And he writes it kind of like a diary entry. So this one begins with Thursday, January 23rd. Lenora knocked on my door at 4 this morning. "Can I come in?" she whispered. I switched off my PlayStation, selected some romantic piano music on iTunes, gave my fangs a quick brush, took a couple of wine glasses out of my cupboard, and lit my candelabra. "Come in," I said. I was going to say, "Enter my realm," but I didn't want to overdo it. Lenora threw open the door. She was wearing a black dress that tapered to a thin waist and a wide-brimmed hat with a green feather on the front. "Is that offer of a drink still on?" she asked. "Of course," I said, gesturing to the 2 glasses. "Great," she said. "Come on in, guys." She stepped inside, followed by Ezekiel and Abraham, 2 middle-aged vampires with brushy mustaches, stovepipe hats, and velvet-lined capes. I sighed and rooted around in my cupboard for 2 more glasses. Ezekiel and Abraham are so boring. They spent all night talking about something called the Corn Laws. I'm sure I would have fallen asleep if that were possible. Lenora nodded and smiled as if it was the most fascinating thing she'd ever heard. I bet she wasn't interested either. She just wanted to make a big deal out of being older than me. When Lenora's friends had drained my blood and my will to live, they bowed and took their leave. I was hoping she'd stay behind, but she curtsied and left with them. So I think that looks like a really cute one. Some humor, vampire humor, if you will. And there are a few illustrations mixed with that. And that's actually an 820 Lexile. So for a book with illustrations, I thought that was pretty good. And then last, we have an addition to the James Patterson I Am Funny series, and this is I Totally Funniest, and this is about a kid comic. And it's similar to the last one. It has illustrations and text. This is actually a 700 Lexile. So a funny part, I thought I'd read another excerpt of this one. And this one is going to dinner at his friend's house. And it's called TV Dinner. I roll home to have dinner with a smiley, so naturally that means the TV is on. I guess this is how you have a family conversation around the dinner table when your family doesn't feel much like talking to each other. You let the TV do all the yammering for you. Instead of Mrs. Smiley asking, "How was school today?" a commercial can ask, "Have you heard about the great new way to blast away blueberry stains?" Instead of getting caught up with everybody's day, you can keep up with the Kardashians and find out who they married this week. Of course, if they run a movie trailer, it can make vegetables more exciting. Just change the words in your head. In a world where peas and carrots were never meant to be together on a plate, one boy was brave enough to attack them both with his fork. I could use this bit in my act, if I ever do my act again. Mrs. Smiley has the tabletop TV turned to B and C in the evening news tonight. By the way, how ancient are the people who watch the evening news anyway? All the commercials are for prescription pills with side effects that sound way worse than the diseases the pills are supposed to cure, adult diapers, and denture glue. So I thought that was a cute little humorous way to end this feature of the new books in the library. You can see there are a couple of shelves of those, and those will be out today. So come in and check out the new arrivals, and I hope you guys will find something that you want to read. Have a great day.